Switch chat room, take 1.
What did you think about church growing up?
I used to think church wasn't necessary.
As a kid, I used to think church was a bore. I could just be playing video games instead.
I thought it was boring.
I think it felt almost more like a chore than like something you got to do.
I used to think it was like so unnecessary. Like my parents would go to church and stuff like that, and they would be like, "You want to go?" And I'd be like, "No, like God's my bestie. I don't need church. Like I talk to him every day. I'm fine." Honestly, I feel like I used to think it was for people that didn't have a close relationship with God, and I thought I did, and I didn't need church.
I don't want to wake up in the morning and go sit and just watch the screen. I'm not about that. I could stay home, play video games, like eat cereal. I'd eat all the cereal I want. And just, I don't know, I didn't see it as a necessity as I do now.
Right. Growing up, I thought it was so boring. And I thought it was like more a place for grown-ups. Like kids did not need to go, but the grown-ups definitely did.
Yeah, I definitely thought of it as like a thing like for adults more so, and like I was just being forced to like tag along basically with my parents.
Did your church talk about the Holy Spirit at all growing up?
I mean, I know that we learn like the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, so like the Trinity. But I mean, just that and like I guess like singing the songs of it, that's kind of the only things I can remember, so.
What do you think it means or looks like to be empowered by the Holy Spirit?
I think it's like it gives you a purpose for your life, and like you just have more of a meaning deeper than what you thought originally.
Yeah, you're no longer like serving yourself, you're serving others like for God. And
right.
It's like, yeah, that's how I'd say it, honestly.
The best way I could describe it is like you almost walk differently. Like just your whole demeanor is different because like you have the Holy Spirit. Like you are led to be different, chosen to be different from the world.
For me, when I struggled with my drinking problem, I was always like really ashamed of it. But then when I got to church, I would tell people, and then I realized that other people are going through the same things, and I had to go through that, but now that I can help people get out of it, or I can help my middle school students that go to church, help them not fall into the same things that I did, not make the same mistakes I did.
I've really struggled with finding good friends, and I used to be so against having church friends, I guess, because I just thought, I don't know, just the way I viewed them, I thought they were gonna judge me, or I don't know, I didn't really want anything to do with them. Kind of cliquey, kind of they were better than everyone else. And I think the Holy Spirit has transformed my heart into softening that and changing my point of view, and has brought me some really good friends by just allowing Jesus to work and allowing the Spirit to lead me into conversations that needed to be had and leading me to the right people that were accepting.
Whenever I was little, my mom used to go to church a lot, and she would go with her mom and her brother and all of them. And she had just a lot of loss and people pass away on her side of the family. And so over time, she kind of just stopped going and started losing her faith. And so whenever I started going to church and I started gaining faith and really learning about God, then she started coming with me, and she's getting back into it and such. So I think that's really cool.
What did you learn from this conversation?
Although we do all come from different backgrounds, and we all have experienced the Holy Spirit differently, it's still the same God, and He loves us all, which that's just super cool to see.
Yeah, I learned that like you said, the Holy Spirit, we all experience it differently, but He's just so amazing. God is so amazing that He tailors that experience specifically to every person, and how for everybody it looks different. But that just shows us how much He loves us and how much He cares for us.